Thursday afternoon, getting back around the morning, passed. He's like, oh, don't worry, I'll pass it over.
It's my pleasure to introduce Jonathan. He's travelled all the way from Scotland to sunny North Yorkshire. He nearly got lost in the fog last night. Hopefully this is going to be a very enjoyable, fun and experiential training. It's probably like nothing you've done before, and that's why we've asked him, because even I don't know what's going to happen. He's an NLP master trainer, internationally known, trained with some of the best in the world, Tad James, Baker Shepherd, but has never presented, as I believe, in Yorkshire. He's also a Huna master, and feel free to ask him about that one because it fascinates me. And I know there's some blank looks, but I'm going to leave the kudos to Jonathan because I don't know enough about it. Without further ado, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. How are we this morning?
Good.
Very good. Jolly good. Welcome to Stand and Deliver. As you can tell by the name of the song, for those of you who remember it, first time round. How are you feeling this morning? Because I don't know whether you come of your own free will or if you've been sent. I often get people who've been sent, and that creates some kind of strange feelings, you know. So, are you ready for this today?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you any idea what this is? Kind of. Okay. Personally, if I can be honest with you, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I feel a little bit vulnerable on this training, because do you remember the Wizard of Oz? You ever seen the Wizard of Oz? When they're about to pull the curtain back, and there's going to see all the machinery and all of the guys, and they're sitting there going to go, oh, when he's suddenly kind of revealed, and all the inner workings of what they do are kind of made explicit. That's what's about to happen this morning. And so it always makes me feel a bit kind of like, oh, because we're going to show you how all the top trainers, presenters, speakers, all the kind of big gurus, Tony Robbins, all these kind of guys, how they do it. Okay, how they do it. Now I remember the first time, I'm big Tony, everybody know who Tony Robbins is? Anthony Robbins? Anthony John Mahavik. 6'7", teeth, American, big motivational trainer. Probably the best presenter on the planet, bar none. I used to work in Tony's company for a while, and I've done his seminars, done all his seminars. But when I did my NLP trainers training, I then went back to see Tony, and I suddenly thought it was like a whole new insight. Oh my God, I can now see what he's doing and why he stood there and why he did what he did. Which actually made my respect for the guy go even higher. I'm also a big fan of magic. If you know Devin Brown,
Yeah.
have you seen Devin Brown? Love Devin stuff. I invited him on my trainings, but he wouldn't come. He says he's not into NLP. Right. Yeah. Doesn't use hypnosis. There's no stooges in the audience. Devin's an interesting guy as well. Devin's very, very good at this stuff. And if you've ever been to see Devin's live seminars, you ever go to his live events, right at the end he'll always do this huge trick, you know, and he then unpacks it. He then shows you, he goes, no, wait, let me show you what I did. He then replays it, you see the video footage, you go, oh my God, I didn't even see that. Which on one hand kind of makes him more humble in a way because he's showing you how it's done. But on the other hand, his credibility and authority goes through the roof because you didn't see it the first time round, you know? So it's a little bit like that. We're going to show you that magic's not magic at all when you know how it's done, okay? Now, talking to some of you have to present and stand up in front of a group. How many of you, just quick show of hands, how many of you have to stand up in front of people and do this kind of stuff on some level? Just about everybody? And if you don't right now, you will eventually at some point, you know? And it's interesting, I talk to people all the time, because my background is hypnotherapy. Do you know what the #1 fear in the UK currently is? No, it's not. Well, actually, yes it is. Well, it's speaking #1. Death is #2.
Marriage.
I've heard that before. Death is #1. More people would rather die than speak in public, which is bizarre if you think about it. But I certainly can relate to that. When I was in school, I hated being asked to read. Do you remember Shakespeare plays, where you had a role and you had a role and you had a role, and you would read your line, And then you would read your, and you could see your line getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Remember that stuff?
Yeah.
Or being asked, could you just read the next paragraph, please? And I hated that with a passion. Because I used to take panic attacks. I used to just like keel over and faint and stuff, which was really entertaining for the rest of the group. Not from my standpoint. And by 19 years old, I was diagnosed with a duodenal ulcer. I'd basically got myself so nervous and scared that I burned a hole in my stomach, which is a pretty crap superpower. But I'd managed to affect my physical body with my head, which I thought was phenomenal. Now my brother studied psychology, and I read all of his books, and I found it really interesting that you could actually physically affect yourself with your thoughts. If any of you are familiar with the alternative complementary world, or psychosomatic disease, in many cases that's often what's actually happened, you know. So I thought, well, what if I took this and learned to, rather than go from outside in, if I went from inside out, what would that do? If I could channel my energy out the way, what could you do? Could it be as spectacular? Could it be as profound? And I spent the last 25 years studying this stuff, so you don't have to. And I'm going to teach you, over the next 2 days, 15 skills. Now I promise you, if you use one of them, your presenting ability is going to go through the roof. If you start using combinations, people are going to invite you back to do more talks, if that's what you want. If you use all of them, people are going to think, my God, you're a guru. So depending on what you want, and this is all about you, and I'm going to be finding out a little bit for you as we go, you guys are going to be awesome. In fact, if I show you a quick slide for a minute, remember the bell curve? Remember this from school? You had the bell curve, the pass marks, remember this stuff? That's where I want you. I don't want you in the what was the middle called again? The mean. Yeah. Interesting word, mean. The average, you know. So if you get 50%, you could not know half your topic and still pass. I would fancy going to see a doctor who just got 50%, you know. I don't want you mean. I don't want you in the average. I want you up there, and hopefully you do as well. And each of the skills that we're going to build on over the course of the next 2 days is going to move you further and further, if you're not already. Does that make sense? So, we've got 2 exciting, fun, packed days for you. You guys are going to be doing all the work. You're going to be actually standing up and talking. Now, how many of you have any kind of quibbles or quandaries or kind of like, oh, about that idea? Any going to kind of like jitters or nerves? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. We're going to show you how to get rid of them in seconds. We're going to teach you a fantastic little thing I got from Hawaii that will make stage fright and nerves vanish in seconds. It's a godsend. It's also good for childbirth. It's also good for driving tests. It's also good for job interviews. Phenomenal little tools. And all the tools I'm going to give you this weekend are not just for standing in front of groups. It's not just for, you know, sales meeting, training courses. It's also going to see the bank manager. It's also dealing with your spouse. It's also dealing with your kids. These skills are life skills. Okay? So whether you're here of your own volition, whether you're here because you were sent, whether you were here because you thought, well, I don't know if I'm ever actually going to have to speak in public. They're not just presenting skills, they are communication skills. Okay? Tony Robbins once said the meaning of your communication is the response you get. So when you talk to people, whatever you get back is what you communicated. And the quality of your life is down to the quality of your communication. Interesting phrase. So let me show you what the big picture's about over the next 2 days. All the top presenters and speakers have developed techniques, skills, traits. Some of them are conscious, some of them are very much, okay, I need to now go and do this and do this. Some of them are unconscious, where they just happen on autopilot. The world I'm from is a world called NLP. Most of you have probably heard of NLP, Neuro-linguistic programming. NLP is all about modelling what works. So when we find someone who's good at what they do, rather than reinvent the wheel, we look at what they do and we borrow it. We take the best of what they're doing and then we reproduce it. So what this is all about is the best of what those guys can do so you can do it as well. And we're going to teach you these things one at a time and stack them one at a time. Now, let me give you a little insight. If you try and do this consciously, like you're trying to figure it all out and talking to yourself, and right, what's one, what's two, it's going to be very kind of staccato. If you just get out of your own way and just go with it, it'll flow a lot better. Okay? You know yourself in moments of flow, you're not thinking. You're okay, what should I do now? You're not doing that stuff. You're just doing it. Okay, it's automagical. And that's where we want to get you to. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to stack so many skills. You're going to be doing so many things, multitasking, even the men. They'll get to the point where your conscious mind will just go, I give up. At which point, now you're doing it unconsciously. So be prepared for some discomfort. But the only discomfort's not going to come from me, it's going to come from you, it's going to come from internal. And if you get past that point, you're laughing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to give you a range of techniques that look like magic. They'll certainly look like magic to the people who've not seen them before. So you're standing in front of the group, or whoever it is you're presenting to or talking to, they're going to be blown away by what you're doing. You know that you're doing something. You know that you're using some kind of method. They won't. As a hypnotherapist, it's really interesting. If you read all the books in hypnosis, it's all about trance inductions. How do we get this person into a trance? And I find that quite funny because as far as I'm concerned, most people are already in a trance. They're in their own little trance. They're in their own little world about, did I put the cat out? Mine's foggy this morning. How much petrol's in the car? Where is this place? They're already in a trance. The trick is getting them out of it. That's the trick. Putting them back in is really easy. We're also going to be showing you some hypnotic techniques. Good fun at parties, by the way. Hypnotic techniques that you can use to put people into a trance of your co-design, your co-creation. Because ultimately it's all about the people you're talking to. Ultimately it's all about the people in the group. It's not about you, it's not about you showing off super trainer man, it's not about that. It's about impacting the people in the room. Does that make sense? One of my fundamental beliefs is, if I'm in front of a group, my job is to impact them profoundly. If I'm not going to do that, why am I in front of them? Yeah? So that's where we want to get you to the point where you realise the significance of this for you. So whatever agenda you were sent here with or came with, make it personal to you. And I'm going to be asking you what your goals are and why you're here, what you want out of this. This is not a download. I'm not just sitting here and lecture you with a sort of fixed syllabus. I want to find out why you're here and what you need from this and what your strengths and weaknesses are, so that we can actually tailor-make this, that you get what you need out of this weekend. Because you've devoted your time, energy and money to being here, so I want to make sure you earn 10% back. Is that okay? If you trust your unconscious, if you trust your gut, the ladies are better at that than the guys are, but the guys know it as well. You can usually trust your gut, can't you? Is it ever wrong? Rarely. Maybe slightly mistaken, but it's usually on the right track. Okay? So if we can get to the point where you're doing this unconsciously, it will flow, and it'll be easy. You guys are going to be giving short presentations. Oh yes. But only once you're ready. You're going to be standing in front of small groups, and you're going to be getting feedback from your group, and you're going to be learning as you go. And we're going to show you ways to make it completely safe and completely comfortable. Okay? And you can immediately apply what I show you in here. So I'm going to show you stuff, you're going to go away and practice. I'm going to show you the next thing, you're going to go and practice. Until it gets to the point where you're just doing it automatically. And I know some of you are thinking, no, trust me. Trust me. You're also getting feedback from your colleagues and peers, your esteemed colleagues, in a very safe, structured environment. So we're doing this really, really comfortable for you, I promise you. Because I say, most people would rather die than it's death, public speaking, then spiders, in that order currently. So can you imagine giving a eulogy at the funeral of a spider? That was a nightmare. That was a joke away. So there's going to be times where you are thinking to yourself, why is he saying what he's saying? Why is he standing there? Or why is he doing that thing? Why is that? There's going to be other times where you're going, okay, what's this about? You know, give me the information, give me the details so I can get my head around this. There's going to be times where you're going to go, I'm not really sure how I could use this, or how does this work? I know it's working, but how does it work? There's going to be other times where you're going to go, what can I do with this? Okay, I've learned how to do it, where can I apply it? Who can I use this with? Who's the next group that I'll get a chance to speak to that can throw this into the mix? Okay, so you're going to get different ideas. But that's where I'm coming from. I need to know why you guys are here. Oh, he's in the audience. He's in the audience! Hang on.